Let's roll. To make the Negroni, here's what we're gonna need. For the booze, we're using equal parts Campari, which is an orange bitter and probably the only non-negotiable of these three. When it comes to the gin and vermouth, there's more than one way to skin a cat. I'm using Tanqueray, but any London Dry or Juniper Forward gin would work well. We also need a sweet red vermouth. Here I've got Carpano Antica Formula, which is very herbal and full-bodied. If you're also using it, feel free to go a little heavier on the gin so it doesn't get overpowered. And for the hardware, it's nice but not necessary to have one of these bar sets. Thanks Amy and Alex for encouraging my drinking habits. And what the set consists of is a stirring glass, a metal straw only for tasting, a bar spoon, a julep strainer, and one of these guys. It's called the jigger, for the measurement. And we're also gonna need an orange for the garnish. We're serving the Negroni in a rocks glass and I'm pouring mine over some clear ice. Now, you can make this stuff at home, but if you can't be asked and you live in Copenhagen, I'll tell you where I got mine. Shoppen is a super cool little liquor store in the heart of Nørrebro, owned and run by Jarek, the guy behind the Barking Dog, and Paloma, an absolute gentleman and a true enthusiast. And it really shows in the shop's incredible selection and beautiful layout, and the price is definitely right. I'll leave a link down in the description. Go check it out! And now, back to our Negroni. Of course, a lot of you are not gonna have one of these bar sets, so here are some alternatives. Instead of a bar spoon, you can use a chopstick or a metal straw, or anything long and thin really. Instead of a julep strainer, you can just use a regular old sieve. If you don't have one of these jiggers, then just look around in your kitchen. You'd be surprised how many things can be used for measurements. For example, I found one of these plastic caps from an old blender. And of course, you don't need a stirring glass either. You can just use a large tall drinking glass. Alright, we got everything covered, now let's make the drink. In the stirring glass, we're gonna pour equal parts of our three liquors. Usually, you would start with the cheapest ingredients so that if you mess up, you can start all over. I'm pouring a little more because I have a big glass, but you measure out 30 ml of each, the Campari, gin and vermouth. Then add your ice. Just use regular ice for stirring. If you have clear ice, save it for the drink. I'm only using this clear ice because I already had a couple pieces out. And stir for about 30 seconds. A good indicator that you might be getting there is the stirring glass starting to sweat. Give it a taste to check for dilution. The goal is to stir the drink until we can no longer taste that harsh alcohol. I thought mine needed a little bit more dilution, so I kept stirring for another 10 seconds or so. Once cooled down and diluted to our liking, we can pour the Negroni in a rocks glass over some ice. Now, I'm obviously biased since this is my favorite cocktail. But if you've never had a Negroni, here's how I can try and break it down for you. It's a drinker's drink. I think it's an acquired taste and it's definitely not for everybody. At least, usually not from the first try. But if done right, the Negroni is a flirt between herbaceous, zesty bitterness and a delicate sweetness. Grab your orange and peel off a large piece of the zest. Give it a squeeze over the drink to release all the essential oils. Run it along the rim of the glass and pop it in. What can I say? It's the best. Now go make some Negronis right now. Roll out.